Hi guys, I have not been on YouTube in so long, but I wanted to do a video on basically the look that I do when I want to feel like my hottest. Like if I'm like, okay, I have to look good today, I'm doing this, or I just want to feel good for myself, honestly. This is the look that I do. So this is the look that makes me feel my absolute best ever. If you are a subscriber on YouTube for a while, I know I don't post here a lot, but I am very active on Instagram. My Instagram's Makeup Nikki, so you can follow me there. I also started a TikTok and it's also Makeup Nikki, so you can follow me there. And I've been posting a ton of like short little videos on makeup how-tos. So that's a little more informative, and this is gonna be a little more casual and just like longer, more in-depth videos. So, okay, so first thing I do is I moisturize. I really love this. It's an aloe vera moisturizer from Dr. Zenovia. And I got it at Sephora. It's really nice. I use this every morning. It's kind of expensive. I don't love that about it. But it's actually a really nice lightweight oil-free moisturizer for people with acne-prone skin. A couple other things I've been doing is icing my face. I use these little Glacio balls. They're for fancy cocktails, but I use them to ice my face. And then I also really love this Madonna roller. It's like a face roller, and you just go here. It actually feels really good. I like love how it like massages. I'm just like constantly looking for new ways to like sculpt my face a little bit better. And you know, this is one of those. For eye cream, I like this Lumiere illuminating eye cream. It's so good. I love this stuff. It's a little bit pricey. So I just apply this right under my eyes. Then I like to prime my skin. This is the Ilia True Skin Radiant Primer. And I like to use a couple different primers just depending on my mood and like the look that I'm doing. But this one comes in a nice little dropper. I just drop some into my hand and then I apply this all over. It feels so good. And then I like to take some sort of pore filling like smoothing primer, because that one's like more radiant, like glowy. This is the Dior Backstage one. It's really nice. This one's just like a little more pore filling. So like better for, well, I mean, honestly, anyone can use this one. It has a really nice texture to it. I focus this right in the center of my face. I'm actually going to try a new foundation today. This is the Lancome Skin Feels Good. This is a healthy skin tint, hydrating skin tint, healthy glow. I think I'm going to like this because I really like a light coverage for every day, or for just like a look when I want to feel like my prettiest, you know. I do love this foundation also. It's the Dior Backstage foundation. Okay, I like this foundation much better with my fingers, which is okay because I mean it is a tint, so I should have kind of figured that out. But anyways, I'm gonna conceal my under eye area. This is the Tarte Hydracealer. I'm just gonna do a little bit because I'll probably end up doing more after I do foundation, or sorry, after I do my eyes and stuff. So I just take it here. This is like a really nice concealer, but it's really sheer, so only use it if you actually don't need or want a lot of coverage. I've actually been using my fingers a lot recently. And I love the way it just like melts the product into the skin, because I really want just a super natural look, but I want to look good. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it works best for me. For concealing on my face, I use the Jefree Star Concealer. This shade is I can't talk. This shade is C9, which is like pretty close to my skin tone, which is nice. I've been breaking out like around my nose a lot. Honestly, this foundation covers a lot. I don't really need that much concealer. But again, I just take my fingers and I just press it. I am going to skip over to eyes because this is what I normally do. I like to see like my face kind of done-ish, at least for foundation, and then I like to skip over to eyes, but I don't like to set my face first because I like to go back if anything falls. I hope that's making some sort of sense to you. It makes sense in my little brain. Okay, so like I said before, this is the look that I do when I want to feel like my prettiest. So I love this stuff. You can put a primer on first. I'm not really going anywhere today, so I'm not going to, but I do like the NARS eyeshadow primer. Tom Ford Abyssinia shadow. It's a newer shadow. There's so many shadows like this. It's literally a pretty basic, warm, matte brown cream. You can find this in a couple other brands, like Chantecaille makes one. Also, this Too Faced chocolate melted in chocolate bunny is nice too. I just really love it as a good base. And it's seriously been my favorite thing to wear ever. And I'll use it like almost every day, honestly, because it just looks really good on my eyes. But basically what I'm doing is I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm blending this shade all the way from the lash line up to above the crease. Kind of blending it in. I want it to look like effortless is kind of always my goal. I mean, I spend like an hour on my makeup, but I don't want people to think that I spend an hour on my makeup. I just want it to look like, oh wow, like Nikki looks really pretty. I don't know. I guess that's always the goal with makeup, is you just like want to like feel good, or like you want other people to be like, oh wow, she like looks really good. You don't necessarily want them to be like, oh, her makeup looks great. At least that's my goal when I'm applying makeup, because it's more about like me and how I feel about myself inside. I just feel like more put together when I have a face on. That doesn't mean I don't feel beautiful without one. I just feel really extra. Like if I don't wear makeup for a few days in a row, I start not to feel like myself, and then it kind of like messes with my head a little. Because when I look in the mirror, I'm like, what? I don't know if that's healthy or not. Probably not, but it's just definitely how I feel. I just love makeup. It's such a creative outlet for me, and like even just applying it like on camera or just in general. Also, this brush is from Marc Jacobs. It's a really nice brush. I like love it. It looks a little darker on camera, but it's not that dark in person. Okay, I'm gonna stop there, and I'm going to take a small brush with the same color. This is also a Marc Jacobs smudger brush, and I'm going to use this underneath. Now, you don't have to do this because sometimes people's eye shape doesn't really look that great when you put it underneath, but for some reason my eye shape really thrives off of applying color underneath my eye. It just really makes a big difference for me personally. So I'm not really afraid to go for it. I kind of like, I can handle more of a smoky look underneath for sure. And then I'm taking my first brush and I'm just making sure it's really soft and blended out. These liners are so good. They're the Makeup by Mario Master Pigment Pro Pencil liners. I love this color. It's in the shade Soft Brown. Oh, it's literally so good, you guys. I'm obsessed with them. They have a little brush. It's not like the highest quality brush, but it honestly does the trick, so I like it. It's like a little flat brush on one side, and then the pencil is just very creamy. Actually, I need to sharpen it. I love this color, the shade. Let me see if I can. It's the perfect warm brown. Like no one makes liner in this shade. Okay, so I am going to wing out the outer corner. I'm not very good at this, but that's okay because it's fine. And then I'm gonna like blend it a little bit. So it looks like that. It's like a really subtle winged out vibe. I only take the color slightly onto the upper lash line. So I kind of extend from the lower lash line almost, and then I take it and then I blend it onto the upper. I don't like to personally take the liner across my lash line. It just doesn't work that well for me. I love this palette. This is Chantecaille. It's called Monte Carlo. Mine broke. They're pretty creamy, so I just like stuck it back in there. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful palette. It's very shimmery, so you'd only want to use this in certain areas. Although I have been known to just slap this all over and go, but you know, be careful. I like to take this on my fluffy brush and then tap it in the center of my lid. So this is where I'll go back in with some, like a little more concealer, like right in here. And if you need to, you can clean up that wing a little bit. And then when you blend it, just be careful to not like go too close. I love this Tarte hydracealer. It's pretty sheer. I would call it like sheer to medium coverage, but there's something about it. Why am I slouching so bad? I have the worst posture ever. It's something about it that just like really does something for my under eyes. Like it doesn't make them too cakey, but luckily my under eye circles aren't like super dark, so it's fine. But I guess if you had really a lot to cover, you wouldn't want to do that one, but it is really nice for everyone else. Okay, let's do my brows. I usually use my Benefit brow pencil, Precisely My Brow, 3.75, although I think I like 3.5 better. Could be wrong. Anyways, I'm taking this and I brush them up. I, as of like the other day, started filling my brows in a little bit extra. I think I like it, although I tend to like more of a natural vibe, but I don't know. Let's see. So I've been going like up here and filling in more like here than I ever have before, but my friend said it looked good, so I feel like so calm and like peaceful today, which is kind of amazing because this like last year was so crazy and like there's crazy stuff going on in the world, but internally I just feel like really at peace and it feels kind of good. Like I kind of want to like cry happy tears because I just feel so good. Like 2020 was so hard in so many different ways. It was like I had the happiest, most magical, like beautiful moments that I've ever had my entire like 28, almost 29 years of life in 2020. But then I also had like the darkest, like worst, saddest moments that I've ever had in my whole life. But I think it was like my biggest year of growth that I've literally ever had, and I'm seriously like the happiest I've ever been, and I know myself the most I ever have, and I like love myself the most I ever have. So like in those ways, every like painful situation that happened and every magical beautiful one as well was there for a reason. And I think like growth is being the main one. I am happy it's over though, that's for sure. And I'm just excited for this year because I'm going into it like probably the somewhat of the happiest I've ever been. I would say my happiest ever in my life was probably February 2020. I was like in a new relationship and it was my birthday month and it was magical and everything was going great and I was like opening up a new business and I was thriving and I was working for myself and everything just felt so good. And I want to get back to that point. I've wanted to get back to that point the entire last year and I couldn't for so long. And now it's January 2021 and I feel like I'm back to that happy Nikki that I was the beginning of last year. So it just feels really fucking good, honestly. And I hope that it just continues. I think it will because I just like have faith that everything happens for a reason and like whatever is meant to be in my life will just find me, you know? Gotta just trust in the universe. And that's something that I learned too, is like trusting the timing of your life. Like truly just to like believe in the universe and like what it has in store for you. Universe, God, whatever you believe in. Okay, I'm brushing through my brows. So that's how I've been filling them in a little bit more recently. I think I like it. It's definitely like a bolder vibe, but it's kind of nice. I'm gonna take like a tiny, I need a little bit of concealer, I think, like right here. Like just the tiniest amount. I have not been setting my under eye area because I'm gonna be 29 next month, which is crazy, but I'm actually really excited about it just because I feel like it's growth, baby. And my point of that was that I have, you know, fine lines and texture, and I think setting my under eyes makes it look worse. So I've just been leaving it alone. I haven't gotten Botox in a really long time as well. Like it's been literally a year. So I definitely have forehead wrinkles, but I don't really care anymore. I know, shocker, right? Who is this new person? I don't know. I am, however, gonna set my face because I still am pretty oily in my T-zone area, and I've been using this for years. This is the Makeup Forever Super Matte Loose Powder, and I like it with the puff. And I like to just go and press it into my skin. But I only go in certain areas. So I go right around my nose, and then I go right between my brows. That's pretty much it. I will set the rest of my face as well, but with a much lighter powder. I really like this one. I enjoy this one very much. It is the Chantecaille HD Perfecting. It's called bronze, but it's really not. It's like a face powder. So I use it as that. And I'm just tapping it on and then blending it down my neck. I love contouring. It makes me come alive. Like, it truly, truly does. And if you want to see a quick little contour video, I just posted one on TikTok, so you can follow me there. But that was just like a quick one, but I will go into more depth right now for you guys. I really like these contours from Natasha Denona because they come in different shades. This is shade 3, warm. I like a warm contour because I have warm skin. However, if you have cool skin, you'd want to do a cool contour. I also do really like this Dior palette for, you know, like light to deeper skin, I would say. Although light to tan skin, I would say. Anyways, you can I mix and match these. Like, I'll mix like the bottom two a lot. I'll mix like these two a lot. I don't really use the highlighter that much, but anyways, those are some options for you guys. I am a big fan of a flat brush. So like one that looks like a rectangle. And the reason is because it sits really right directly under your cheek, so you can get like a really nice line. And it gives me my like best contour and also easiest contour. It's really doesn't take a lot of effort, honestly, at all. This is NARS Ida brush, but there are a few more. I also have like this little guy. It's a little harder to find. This one is Ray Morris. Her stuff, I believe, is from Australia. This is number 4. It's smaller, so you can like contour like tiny areas or your cheeks, whatever. She also makes a bigger one, but these are like insanely pricey, but like also very luxurious. I like love them. This is Ray Morris number 5. Anyways, I do really love these, but they're like $100, which is completely ridiculous. Anyways, okay, how I contour. I take my brush. This is for beginners. You take your brush, you put it at the tip of your ear. So literally at the top of your ear. You want to angle it so it's leaning towards the corner of your mouth like this. That is pretty much your cheekbone, and that's where you want to contour. And it's a little higher than maybe like under your cheekbone, but you want to go like kind of like right under, up in part of the cheekbone, because, oh my god, I should have done that. Because you want to lift it up. So if you're going right under the cheekbone, which is here, it's not going to lift up your face. It's not going to sculpt it. It's not going to contour it. You want to go a little higher. Let me demonstrate. So I'm going right here. See that line? Probably higher than you're used to, because most people go too low with their contour. And then I come down like this. We're going to blend it, but that's like the main idea. This contour is like actually pretty dark, but I usually come like halfway down my cheek. Sometimes I come in a little bit more because I do have chubbier cheeks, so you kind of do want to like cut it in half. So I'll like blend it, not so it comes all the way obviously, but so it has a little bit more sculpting right in this front part, not just on the sides. That is something that you're gonna have to play with on yourself. Kind of figure out what works for you. That's the general idea. I love a good sculpt under the jaw. Make sure you go under and then also a little bit on the jawline, so you get that like full shadow there. And then we're gonna go right on the hairline. I mostly just like almost shape it like a diamond. Like I point it here, go down, leave the point like there and go down. So it's like kind of like a diamond shape, if you want to look at it like that. That's actually a really good way to kind of like shape your face and make it look more shapely without going overboard. Okay, and then whatever's left of my brush, or I'll like wipe it off, I go and I contour my nose. So I go right underneath. Also, I really want to get my nose pierced. I am gonna get my excuse me. I am getting my nose pierced probably next week. I'm waiting for my friend Leslie to get her schedule together so we can go together, because I'm kind of a baby and I need a second opinion. Okay, that was a little heavy on the nose contour. This is an optional step. It's one of my personal favorite steps for blending, but it is optional. I take a darker powder foundation. This is the Charlotte Tilbury number 3, or dark, deep, whatever, airbrush powder. Now you can go right into your bronzer after you put on your contour and blend out the contour with the bronzer. However, I prefer to do a darker powder foundation to blend out the contour, and then I go in with a shimmer bronzer. This is just my opinion. This is what I find works best on me. But I highly suggest you playing around with this, because I have done this on people. Obviously I do makeup all the time. I have done this on people and showed them this trick, and they all seem to really like it. So I take this. I love this Marc Jacobs, the Mega brush. I don't even know if he makes it anymore, honestly, but it's so fucking good. Okay, I tap it in the powder, and then I tap it on my hand, or on a I have a towel on my lap, or on the towel. It's up to you, whatever you have. And then I mostly just go straight onto the contour and I tap to blend it out. Now I like to keep, you know, the line, because obviously you still want to see a little bit of something, but you don't want to see the harshness of it. So I just keep tapping until it's blended. Now this contour is a little dark, so honestly, maybe you should have gone with a shade lighter, because I'm not that tan right now, but we're gonna make it work. It's makeup, so it's easily manipulatable. What? I don't know. You can manipulate it easily. Now the reason I'm not like buffing it is because I don't want to like actually disturb the foundation that we put underneath. And you can easily do that if you go too hard with this. So for now I'm just kind of like tapping it. And then I go back and forth, and I kind of just like push it into the skin. It's actually such a beautiful day outside. Oh my God. I don't know what I want to do today, but I'm off. I feel like I gotta go somewhere fun. This is where I go in with a shimmer bronzer. If you have texture on your skin, you do not want to use a shimmer bronzer. You'd want to go in with a matte bronzer, and you'd want to make sure that it's more warm tone than cool tone, because you're going to want to put it like blended all over your face, and you're going to want it to look like natural and glowy. I hope that's making sense. I feel like I just said a lot of words all at once. Let me repeat. If you have texture, use a matte bronzer for this step, but make sure it's warmer on the scale of cool to warm, because you don't want to put a cool tone bronzer all over your skin, because it's going to be like gray and it's going to make you look dead. You don't want that. Here are some examples. For a matte bronzer, I love the Charlotte Tilbury bronzers. They're all matte. There's a bunch of different shades. They're perfect. You could even use this as a contour and a bronzer. Like, extremely versatile. These are so good. For shimmer bronzers, which again are my favorite, but if you have texture, you wouldn't want to do that. Kosas bronzers, they have a light, medium, and a deep. The deep is very dark, which is great. I just bought it for myself and it's way too dark for me. I'm going to use this one today. This is the RMS Madeira Bronze Illuminating. It's an illuminating powder, but it's really a bronzer. I take my shimmer bronzer on a fluffy brush. This kind of has like a flat top to it. This is, again, an old Tarte brush. You could do any sort of brush. Hourglass makes a good powder bronzer brush. Anything like kind of larger. And I'm going right on top of that contour situation. And doing the same thing, but I'm taking it in a larger area. So I'm taking it like right in front of my cheeks, as well as on top of the contour. And then whatever's left on the brush, I take on the tip of my nose. I don't like to add more, because even that was a lot. But it's okay, because you can easily kind of fix that. And then you want to take a little bit up here, and you can see I'm always tapping and blending. I'm never like really buffing. Next is blush. Once you get your bronzer on, you should look like this. I mean, you know, something like this, ideally. I do like a lot of bronzer, so it's a vibe, but I do love it. I really like these Charlotte Tilbury blushes. I love Charlotte Tilbury. She makes these different colors. So if I'm going bold, I go this. If I'm going subtle, I go this. Normally it's subtle, depends on the day. I also really love this blush from Patrick Ta. It's called She's Sincere. The lighter Charlotte Tilbury one is called First Love. The darker one is called Pillow Talk Intense. I think I'm gonna actually mix those two together. Honestly, depends on my mood, but I use those a lot. I really like them. I actually just got this one, so I shouldn't say I use it all the time, but it is really nice. It's very intense though, so I like to really subtly apply it. So I'm going right on my cheeks. Okay, I'm gonna just go back over to eyes. I've already curled my lashes, so I'm good with that. I'm brushing through my lashes with a dry spoolie, just a dry mascara wand, clean. Another thing that I sometimes do is take this eyeliner, this brown one, and sometimes I will take it in my upper waterline, so I'll tight line, and then if I'm going out at night, I'll take this look, but I'll just line my lower waterline with the liner. I'm gonna leave it plain for today because I'm just not feeling it right now, and also waterline lining does irritate my eyes a little bit and makes them kind of dry, so I tend to only do that on special occasions and events where I want to look like really fucking good. Today I'm just chilling. I am a big fan of this mascara. It's the Pillow Talk mascara from Charlotte Tilbury. This one's kind of dry, so I kind of have to like get in there with it, but it has a couple different sides to the brushes. And let me tell you, you can get a really good look with this. Ooh, I'm gonna show you guys what I look like with a nose ring. Because I have an earring that I've been putting in my nose until I get it done, just to like test the waters, you know what I'm saying? It's not like that realistic because obviously this is an earring. It's not like legit, and it's kind of like wonky the way I bent it. Probably a little bit bigger than what I would go with too. But like, I'm sorry. It's so cute. It's a little bigger than what I would go with. Listen, it's an earring. I'm just getting the vibes there. Okay, let's leave it in. Wait, fuck. Now the angle's off. I can't really tell. Does that look legit? Kinda. I spend most of my time on TikTok listening to Taylor Swift's new albums, although I really like Evermore better than Folklore personally, but maybe that's because Folklore, I was in a really bad place in my life when it came out, which was in the summer, and now I'm in a much better place. And Evermore, even though it is kind of sad and like I do cry to some of the songs, I'm mentally in a much better place, so I feel like it's more just like a fun sing-along and not like that emotional, you know? I don't know if anyone else was out with Taylor Swift, but I freaking love Taylor Swift. I am gonna spray my face. This is Skindinavia. It's their bridal setting spray. I use this on all my brides and myself, and I love it. It's so good. The combo is Huda Beauty Flirt Lip Liner. And I take this, I do overline a little, I try not to go crazy, and then on the upper lip I go across my cupid's bow because I like more of a rounded one personally. Now that is just personal preference. My mom doesn't like it on me. She always tells me every day, why do you do that? I don't know, Darlene, I just like it. And then the lip color is Huda Beauty Girlfriend. I've been talking about this for a while, so you might even know this combo already. It's my favorite. It's tried and true. I've been using it for, I don't know, probably at least the past year and a half, I would say. Yeah, at least. I also like the color Venus. I also like Flirt is a little dark for me in the lip, liquid lip. It is pretty. This stuff is great. This is Benefit Brow Setter. Good stuff. And then the last step, take these down, is powder. After I finish my face, I like to spray it with the setting spray, and then I like to let it dry, and then I like to go in with this powder. This is Ilia Soft Focus Finish Powder. This is like key to long wear smooth skin, smooth looking skin, I should say. I take a little bit of this powder. You don't need a lot of it. Mostly whatever's in the cap. And then I go in right around my nose. Like anywhere I have large pores, basically. I go here, and that's it. I'm gonna put a little shine spray in my hair. I actually love this shine spray. I should tell you guys about it. This is Air, A-I-I-R. It's crystal infused. It's a shine spray infused with mica and lion's mane mushroom extract. How cool is that? Okay, that is it. That is it for my, I want to feel like the hottest version of myself possible. This is what I'll do. You know, if I'm going on a date, or if I am having a day like today where I just want to like feel freaking good, this is the look I do. If you watch this whole thing, thank you so much for sticking around. I fully appreciate you guys being here with me. I love YouTube. It's something that I've literally been doing since I was 16 years old. This isn't my original channel, but I've been making beauty videos since I was 16. So it's kind of just cool to be like almost 29 now and like still have somewhat of an audience and like still like enjoy doing it as much as I still do. So I just want to say thank you guys for like sticking with me and following along, for some of you since I was in high school, which is honestly wild to me. Wow. I really hope you guys are all doing super well, and I hope this year is your most magical, best year ever. Just know that if you want that, you can fully have that, and that's what I want. So that's what I'm deciding to do for myself. So I hope you guys decide to do the same, and if you ever have any questions, you can either leave them down on this video in the comment section. You can always send me a DM on Instagram. I like always answer those. And also, like I said before, follow me on TikTok because it's my newest little fun social media venture. Happy 2021, and I will be back soon. I'll talk to you guys soon.